You're starting off with the Rams, right? And we've been talking about Matt Stafford and how he's, getting to that point of potentially losing a step. But he's still got a phenomenal arm. He's still going to go out there and compete. I do think this will be a very, very strong week one. They're basically, the height and the hype around this game is going to be huge. You got Jared Goff coming from the Rams, Matt Stafford coming from the Lions. This is one of those games where you sit back and you're like, it's going down. Sunday night football, you can't beat it. Week one, this is going to be amazing. This could be a complete dogfight, without a doubt. And I could see this going down to the wire, potentially a field goal victory. But from a defensive standpoint, I think I got to give it to the Lions in this one. I think they're coming out for blood. I think this year will be very interesting, just like last year was. And I don't think they're going to lose week one. I think they're coming refreshed. Jared Goff's going to come in hot. And it's going to be very tough to stop Gibbs as long as he's healthy, stop that running game. And Laporta and those guys, it's going to be very tough for the Rams. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll take the Lions in week one. Week two against Baker Mayfield and company. I like Baker Mayfield. I like the Buccaneers. We've been talking about them off and on as far as for various games and, how they've been able to win in the most craziest moments. Baker Mayfield coming out of nowhere, able to drop bombs and just put the ball right in the bucket in certain scenarios and, keep the team not only ahead, but, in a way that allows the defense to make a big play and keep the momentum. And that's one thing that Baker Mayfield has been able to do with this team for the most part. So this could be another good game, right? Week two. And this may be one of those games where you're sitting there like, well, wow, Tampa Bay came out with the victory. Now, do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. But this could be one of those 50-50 games because Baker Mayfield's got a lot to prove as well. So I'm going to take that, 50-50 on that one. Week three, Lions Cardinals. Kyler Murray, the big question mark, right? When is he going to get over the issues that he's been having? When is he going to get over the problems that we've noticed that he's had over the years? And I think this could be that year. The Cardinals may be a team that actually shows up this year. Now you've got a problem. So this could be another 50-50. After that, you've got the Seattle Seahawks, right? They've been showing up. They've been playing some good ball as well. Obviously, we know what happened last year. It could repeat. It could repeat. I think these first four games are definitely going to bring out the best of the Lions, and we'll know right away if Goff and company are serious. We'll know right away if Goff and company can maintain that energy and that focus that they had last year. And we'll see what kind of game plan that, these Lions have obviously put into place up to that point. And hopefully they can ride into week 5 with, some good momentum. Now, obviously week 5 is going to be the bye week. And then this is where, things start getting a little serious, right? You've got Dallas. Now, depending on how Dak Prescott's playing and depending on how that defense is going, this could be payback. This could be that revenge game. We've been talking about what happened last year and how that left a bitter taste in a lot of people's mouths. This could be a huge week 6 game for both sides because there's some bad blood there. It could turn out to be a defensive battle. We'll have to see how that one goes. I'm 50-50 there. As far as Minnesota, Darnold, McCarthy, some things to figure out as far as quarterback situation. Obviously, we know that Vikings are kind of a wild card coming into this season because of the chemistry and the changes and things like that. So I'm probably going to ride with the Lions on this one. Tennessee, Will Levis, I like the guy. He's going through, some changes as far as with his team as well. New team, new chemistry, whole new plan for him. I'm going to roll with the Lions there. I do think that Green Bay is going to be a good test. Once again, Jordan Love, he means business. Great chemistry on his side with his wide receivers. Good running game, obviously. Defense stepping up. I mean, both these teams made it to the playoffs. So, yeah, this could be another good one. That's 50-50 for me. As far as Houston, the Texans, right? C.J. Stroud, Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell. Yeah. Lions are looking at some really, really good football for sure. After that, you got the Jags, Trevor Lawrence, who, you know, he's, to me, not elite yet. He's superstar level, but not elite. But he has his moments, and he has those games where he really just displays that amazing talent. And coming into, you know, week 11 against the Lions, I'm sure he'll be able to prove that as long as he can stay healthy. But the defense for the Jags can definitely put some hurting on Jared Goff there as well. So it's a lot of these are a mixed bag. Getting into the Colts, Anthony Richardson's back. Hopefully, you know, the injury doesn't keep him back from being able to play the way that he needs to. But that's another one. Now, obviously, you get into the Bears, right? Caleb Williams. He has such a great offense right now. The real question is, what the hell is he going to do, though? Right? Is Caleb Williams going to be that individual who can step right into the role and take the Bears to the promised land? Probably not. But we are expecting him to do well. So, you know, these could be some challenging games depending on if the quarterbacks can step up. And I think Caleb Williams is going to be tested for sure in a game like this. But I will lean, obviously, more towards the Lions just because of the experience. And obviously, getting into these later weeks, that's where the Lions really, really are going to have to step up for sure. Then you got Green Bay again, right, in which they may split. But it is, you know, a Thursday night primetime game, so this could be very interesting for sure. All the lights, all the eyes are on both teams. Then after that, they got the Bills. Afternoon game, 4:25, Sundays, December 15th. This very well, you know, could be a banger for sure. Bills having, you know, their issues as far as different players coming in, chemistry building. Hopefully the defense doesn't suffer any significant injuries again. There's a lot that we'll have to address, obviously, when we do our predictions coming into week 15 and all that kind of stuff. You guys know how we do. But just looking from it on paper, I mean, if I have to choose a team that's better, it would be the Lions in this game. And that's because we really don't have a true sample as far as how the Bills are going to react to the next season yet. Then, of course, they'll face the Bears again. So we'll see how that goes. And then the big one. End of the season, you've got the 49ers, Monday Night Football. This one's going to be a heavy hitter for sure. You know, there's a couple of games where it's bad blood. You know, obviously the Dallas game, Green Bay, Bills is going to be very good. But I do think this San Francisco game is going to be way, way at the top as far as all the hype coming into next season. You know, Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Debo, hell of an offense, strong offensive line. And then you get into the defense, you know, when these guys are playing at not even 100%, but if they're playing at 90%, San Francisco is going to give you some solid problems. And, you know, this very well is most likely going to be one of those games that determines seeding and things like that. So this could be crazy for sure. This is a 50-50 for me for obvious reasons. There is no possible way anyone could properly give a prediction on this, specifically because we just don't have an idea as far as both teams up until that point. Obviously, week 16's done. We look at everything that's happened and what's going on, who's still active, who's injured, who's not, and we'll break this down like we always do. But for right now, that's another 50-50. Minnesota end of the year, I'd probably give that to the Lions, though. And then as far as your preseason, right, you're looking at the Giants, Kansas City, and Pittsburgh. New York, Kansas City, and then Pittsburgh for the preseason. Shout out to you, Reverend. Ernie Brown, what up, yo? Definitely an exciting season. Definitely exciting season. Some of these games are 100% going to be wild. 49ers, Bills. I mean, even the Bears, right? Bears, Caleb Williams, there's a lot riding on that Bears team and the talent over there. So without a doubt, Richardson being back, depending on how his season's going, that could be huge. Jags for sure. Texans, Dallas, Rams. Yeah, I mean, there's a good 5-6 games that is going to have some huge significance for sure. For sure. And then obviously, last but not least, we're going to get into the depth chart. But before we do, I look at this schedule here and I see a true challenge for this Lions team. And if they're able to not only get to the postseason, but if they're able to stay healthy, if they're able to get through the hard moments, if Dan Campbell is able to keep his feelings intact, I could definitely see where, they're going to be a tough team, a ready team, and they may have a true shot at Super Bowl if they can get through these teams and actually show some dominance.